it's our property. Crime, violence, and corruption get defeated. Draw for your phone and make sure them get deleted. Alright, enough, cause we're in at the hypocrisy. We're not supporting on these sexual immoralities. This is the last time we are warned about your slackery. You're making us cross with the rebel and we react. War is a war. You got to keep yourself all together. Your mind and your sanity. War is a war. Protecting your family positions and even your community. War is a war. None. Injustice, partiality, racism and poverty. It's a endless. It's a endless. It's a. Well, let me hear you say war.
Alright, so we're here with Junior Strong down here at Rutgers in New Jersey, New Brunswick area. You just performed. Tell us about your performance, what it was about.
This performance, I always try to give every performance a title. And for me, this one is called Crossing the Bridge. There's so many bridges to cross, so many rivers to cross. But this one is about crossing the bridge. And it was really good. I love the support of the people. Much bigger than last year. We were here last year, but this year is much bigger. And you could feel the energy, you could feel the vibes, and that kind of encouraged you a lot. So I really love this performance in New Jersey today. It was really great.
All right, so Junior Strong, where is Junior Strong based?
Junior Strong is based in New York, Bronx, New York.
Okay, that's your place up in the Bronx.
Yeah, we reside in the Bronx right now. For now, we don't know where the spirit will lead next, but for now we are in the Bronx. Right. I am in the Bronx.
Okay, let's take it all the way back, Junior. Where in Jamaica are you from?
Originally from Kingston.
What area of Kingston?
Mall Road,
Maxfield
Park.
Give people an idea which road lead to Mall Road. Waltham Park,
Waltham
which
Park.
one?
Waltham Park.
Waltham Park Road.
No, we've been all over. I was brought up all over, from Mall Road to Maxfield to Arnett Garden. Yeah, I lived in Tivoli for a while.
Oh wow.
With my grandfather.
What was that like?
As a child then, it may have been fun, but looking back you realize the fun was really rugged and rough. It wasn't all that, but it was all right. You know, we experienced a lot of, violence or whatever, but it was nothing that we couldn't deal with because we built for this,
Right.
We made for this. We were made to go through any kind of rough life, any kind of difficulties. We were made for it.
Right.
We were constructed for rough life and smooth life. Rock solid.
So
and those were some of the things that kind of help you to get rooted and grounded and firm and decide that, listen, if I go through this, I can go through anything else.
All right, so let's keep the journey in Kingston. You're in Kingston. Where did you go to school?
I went to St. Joseph High. I went to JC for a small time. Got into a bit of difficulties with the principal and I couldn't enter the school.
Okay.
I also grew up in Waterford in Portmore.
Okay, Portmore by the desert.
Yeah, Portmore and Passage Fort.
Okay. I used to live in Cumberland.
Yeah, I know Cumberland.
Yeah.
It was a bit better, different lifestyle growing up in Portmore. Still rough,
right,
but a different chapter. Life has so many chapters, so that was another chapter of my life,
Right, so tell us on the journey now. You leaving the island and coming here on the mainland in the United States. Tell us about that. What year was that?
Okay, don't quite remember the year. I think it was 2015.
Okay.
2015.
Right.
But I've been coming here for years. Yeah, I've been coming here for years, coming and going, and finally decide to stick around.
Okay.
Stick around.
Let's talk about your music. At what age did you realize that you had the talent and the gift of music?
I had no idea, I had no clue about the music. I didn't know music was a part of me. I first started out writing poems and doing dub poetry at church. I grew up in the church.
Which church was it?
Most part of it.
What church was that?
Wildman Street, Pentecostal.
Okay, Pentecostal church.
Yeah, Fellowship, Tabernacle,
Okay.
and a few more.
So would you
We've been
sing in the church
hopping.
also? Would you sing in the church?
Yeah, I sang in church.
You're like on the choir?
Yeah, I was on the choir for a while, singing, doing my thing. I mean, when you're on the choir, you can't really hear yourself.
Right.
So you don't know whether you sound
I'm
good
thinking
or,
sometimes they
or
get the
whatever.
lead, sometimes you get an opportunity to take the lead sometimes.
Yeah, but I was singing in the choir.
Right.
So it was good growing up in church and the music. I didn't know I had any knack for music, but eventually it started to grow because it's like a seed.
Right.
You plant and you know it grow. So eventually, but I started out writing poems. I still write poems
Okay.
and stuff and dub poetry.
I'm trying to see if we can zone in onto that turning point when you did your first performance or when something happened and the people them say, boy, Junior Strong, you're going good, I should get into this thing seriously.
I think if I can recall the first music experience, I think it was a kind of turning point for me. At church, we had a talent thing.
Right.
And
Like a competition?
yeah, and we were asked to come up with different music. So I took one of Buju Banton's song.
Which one?
I think it was
Destiny?
no, long before Destiny. I think Boom Bye Bye, you know, the chicken fowl head or something like that.
Okay, you mix up the boom by song.
Yeah, something
Okay,
like that.
remix it.
And I changed it up and it was well received.
Very creative, huh?
Well received because the writing skills so good for me. And I think that was when I kind of, you know, felt something and I said, wait, I kind of have this too, man. I have the music vibes.
Right.
So I started writing songs.
But I'm sure the people around you were encouraging you also.
Yeah, because
They said, boy, you sounded
yeah,
good.
we started out writing rap music. I started to rap first.
Right.
We are members, partakers of a great nation, made by God for a special reason, not to be weak, but to be strong. Though we have suffered and trapped for so long, battered and bruised for no known reason, by people who think that our lives were not chosen. But as a people, we shall progress, so don't condemn your life in God, blah, 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 blah. I mean, blah, 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 blah.
Right,
Yeah.
so what was your name at the time? What name were you going by at that time?
It was Junior Miller.
Junior
that
Miller, or
was
you
it.
going by your real name?
Junior Miller, that was it.
Okay.
So then
How did you come into, how did it morph into Junior Strong now?
it's a bit of controversy for me. I was told that your father or your real father name is Junior is Strong. And looking back, you know, you've been through some stuff, some real rough stuff, rough life and issues and technicalities, and I started to hear a voice saying, you know, in order to go through some things, you got to be strong.
Right, right. So it became symbolic for you.
So it became symbolic for me, and I began to use that name, Strong.
Right.
And whenever you hear the word strong, you realize that you need to strong up. You
right.
need to represent the title. You need to represent the name. You don't have to have a name to be strong. You don't have to have a name to represent
Right,
strength.
but if you have the name, you got to live up to it.
Yeah, you have to live up to it. Come
Right.
on, you're strong. You know, you feel down, but a Junior Strong your name, so
Right.
strong up.
So I have a very, very important question for you, because your message is a message of love and peace and justice.
Yeah,
Was your message always that?
it was always that.
Always, from day one?
Always from day one.
What caused you to make that your message?
I think it's a matter of a relationship with the Creator.
Right.
It's a matter of experiences, seeing what has happened to some people, see what some people been through, and because of all of that, there's no way I could sing about anything else.
Right.
Even when I tried to do it.
Oh, you tried?
Yeah, I did try.
Right.
It just didn't work. I wasn't feeling
Didn't feel good? Didn't
No.
feel right to you?
No.
Okay.
I always wanted to be represented as something of purity, something of consciousness and awareness, something of good experience, or bringing good out of the bad experiences,
Right.
and not to somewhere down the line you're noted for this and you're noted for that, and
You didn't want to be one of the most notorious.
No.
want to be
Because
a
the more you sing about certain things,
Right.
the more it becomes a part of you.
Right.
Because music is life. And everything that comes out of your being, everything that comes out of you, it's gonna take time and attach itself to you and attach itself to your life. So if you sing about good, good comes. If you sing about the negativity, at some point in time, it's gonna attach itself to you.
Right. Now, before we talk about your album Sanity, I noticed that you're a very firm and confident artist. Your command on the stage is very confident.
Yeah.
You seem to be a very seasoned and experienced artist. Tell me about some of the big places that you have performed in the past. Your biggest performances, like where?
It's kind of a bit difficult for me to remember that, because I've been all over from Europe to the Caribbean.
Okay.
I remember performing once with Lester Lewis, the Winans, on their final UK tour in London. That was crazy. That was awesome. And I think the Winans were one of the biggest artists I've ever performed with. Yeah.
Okay.
It was really good.
Right. So that explains why you're so confident and have such a strong command on the stage.
Yeah. It kind of is something that, develop over a period of time. The more you feed on your talent, the more you feed on that which is inside of you, the well that is springing up inside of you.
Right.
Observe what is happening in life, observe what is happening around you. If you don't meditate on those things, there's no way you can feed your talent, your gifts, and your skills.
Right.
And it's very important to keep in touch and keep a strong communication and relationship with the Creator. Because that's where everything comes from.
Everything is grounded for you there.
Everything is grounded. You have to be plugged into the wall. Sometimes the computer not working and you think that the battery or the transformer blow or something, when it's really the plug just pull out of the wall.
Right.
And I see plugging into the Creator and purity and all these things as the force, as the source of everything.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your album Sanity. If you were to sum up Sanity in one sentence, what would you say the message of Sanity is?
I would say the message of Sanity is really about knowing who you are.
Right.
Understanding yourself, understanding your purpose, understanding why you are here, and keeping it.
Right.
Because if you lose all of those things, if you lose even one, chances are it's gonna tamper with your sanity.
Gone.
Everything gone.
Right.
So for me, sanity is your entire being, holding yourself together,
Right.
not losing focus. And if you lose it, get back on track, because so many things happening around us gonna cause us to lose track and to get off course.
Right.
And lose ourselves and lost your way and stuff like that. But so sanity is all about knowing yourself, understanding who you are and why you are here. Okay. Why do I exist? I can't just exist for the simple reason of going through problems all the time.
Right.
That
must be
can't
some purpose that you're here.
There must be a purpose. If
Right.
I go through some issues or problems, then it must be something to strengthen me and get me more grounded and rooted and understanding myself.
Yeah, but in this world today, it's easy for people to be taken and to get carried away with in all sorts of direction. What's your tip for people to stay grounded?
The tip that I know, well, so many people know this tip because it's a big tip.
Right.
It's like you serve somebody in a restaurant and they get a small tip or a big tip.
Right.
For me, this tip is the biggest tip, the hugest tip, and it's to be in touch with the Master.
Okay, so you bring it back to God always.
Bring it back to the Almighty.
Okay.
Have to. If you lose that, you lose everything.
Right.
Or when you have everything.
Right. You have nothing if you don't have that.
You don't have nothing if you don't have the Master.
Right. So Junior, let's talk about the album itself. How many tracks are on Sanity?
15 tracks.
15 tracks.
15
okay.
tracks and 15 poems.
Okay.
I wrote 15 poems. I wrote a poem for each track on the album.
Okay.
So
And where is the album available?
it's available on all platforms. It's on iTunes, YouTube, all the platforms.
Right.
www.juniorstrongdj.com, www.ihearmedia.com. It's on all the platforms.
And what's your social media handle?
Junior Strong on Facebook, Junior Strong DJ on Instagram. Check it out and follow me.
Well, Junior, it's been a pleasure talking with you here.
Oh yes,
I like
my
your
man.
message, the message of God and staying rooted and grounded in God.
Have to be rooted and
And
grounded.
the message of sanity in this time is a real relevant message, yeah?
Relevant message. My first album was called Escape from Darkness.
Okay.
So this is my second album. So
Right.
you see, every album have a meaning. Escape from darkness.
Right,
Escape from something.
right.
You have to escape from, and not to escape, but run from some things. You know, run for your life.
Well, thank you. And again, great performance here today in New Jersey. And look forward to seeing more big things from you in the future, all right?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Thank
Much
you.
love,
Respect.
honors, and respect.
Yeah, man, respect.
War, it's a war. You got to keep yourself all together, your mind and your sanity. War, it's a war. Protecting your family possessions and even your community. War, it's a war. No injustice, partiality, racism and poverty.